Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to the PokePlush Podcast, where it's a podcast for everything PokePlush related. And I am your host, Pittoo, and I am joined by my other host, Brando.
Hey, hello.
Awesome. And this is actually going to be our second episode of the show. I'm super excited. We got some pretty positive feedback from the last episode, which I'm really happy about. I think we got over like 100 views, over 100 views, like all different platforms. So it's really, really exciting for our first episode. And you guys
Ooh,
really, yeah, I was like, ooh, that's actually really cool. So today we're going to be talking about some bootleg stuff. However, before that, I do have a question for you, Brando.
yes.
Did you get any new plushies this week?
Oh, I did. Um, I don't think I posted about any of it though. But I did get um one of the holiday for Coco. The Christmas plush they have at Pokemon Center, the one that is like holding the present,
Oh my god, that's so
and
cute.
then yeah, it's so cute. I was mad about that one because not because of the plush. The plush is fine. It's just FedEx pushed like the time, like they give you a time slot, and it didn't arrive within that time. I had to go to work, and then as I'm on the way to work, it's like, oh, the package is here, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Dude, that's so
But
scary. Whenever that happens and like nobody's home to grab it, I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna get like a snatcher come and grab my plush.
that's the biggest. That's like one of the biggest things. I had that happen before. I don't think that's like one time it happened, and it happened on my birthday, which is like what really? But yeah, I guess that happened on my birthday. But it's whatever. The company was gave me a replacement item of the same thing for free, so I was like, okay, it's fine. But um, other than the Coco, I had a wheeze. The Sitting Cuties wheezing. Uh, what was it? Yesterday it came in,
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
and yeah, I really like it. It's different. I don't think I have a lot of poison type plushes other than Gengar. So I was really happy to get that one.
Nice. Did you get any more, or was that it for the most part?
That was it.
Awesome. And for me, so my cousin like called me one day and he was like, "Hey, are you home?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm home." He's like, "We got you something." So I go outside. It's like cold out in the middle of the night. Him and his girlfriend are like in the car. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he said, "Okay, close your eyes and stick your hands out." And I like had it like like how you would like stick your hands out to grab like coins. He's like, "No, no, like reach them
Hmm.
out more." And so I'm like, "Okay." So I had like have my eyes closed, and he hands me the jumbo Pikachu for like Christmas themed Squishmallow, and I was like,
Oh,
"What?"
that's so cute.
It was, dude. I was like freaking. I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" Because even for myself, I've never gotten myself like a jumbo Squishmallow. I only get like the $10 ones because I'm like, I don't need that much room. But I didn't even know there was a Pikachu one, like a Pikachu Christmas themed one, until he like handed it to me, and it's such a like a huge plush. Like I'm looking at it right now. It's almost as big as like my life size Pokemon Center Oshawott. It's crazy.
Those ones I only have one jumbo size one, and that's more than enough. I'm not buying any more big ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure it takes up a lot of space. It already is taking up a lot of space, but it's pretty cute for the room for like Christmas themed videos. As well as that
Yeah.
though, it's not come in yet, but I found a seller on the Facebook group for Pokemon plushies who was selling all the original set one of Jack Specific's Gen 5 plushies and with the like original box that it came in as well. So I got that for like I think $50 altogether. Amazing purchase in my opinion because I love all those plushies so much and I'm like super ecstatic to get it whenever it comes in. And then for the I wouldn't call it Pokemon plushies, but I did get a few other things besides those. I was able to win a Kirby with my girlfriend. We went to a main event, or not main event, at round one. Round one, I believe, is the which one we went to, and we won a few Kirby plushies
Mm.
from the claw machine. And then for the Smash Bros. Collection, I actually got a Toon Link, so that was a pretty cool purchase for like $5.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah, so I was happy about that pickup. But yeah, it's
Yeah, Kirby's always a cute one to get.
out of
And
like all of the Nintendo company stuff, it's Pokemon number one, and then right after is Kirby. Like Kirby was my mascot for the longest time in like video games and like my old YouTube channel. I used to do some like Overwatch stuff for. So having like Kirby, like I'm starting to become more of a Kirby collector. I got like Meta Knight, I got Kirby, I got like all the hammock up recently for all the Smash Bros. Plushes. It looks so cool having all these Kirby stuff in there.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. All right. And before we actually get to the main topic, which is going to be bootlegs, I do want to do something new that we didn't do last episode, but I thought it'd be pretty interesting because I know we always, every week, have something that happens. And if you want to chime in with it as well, but today's going to be the first episode we're going to be introducing PokePlush news. So give me 1 second and we'll get right into that.
Breaking news!
All right, and we are here, guys, with PokePlush news. Today, I do want to start off with, if you are in the US, they recently had a Sitting Cuties restock. However, once again, we're at the $16.99 purchase value.
Ooh, they had a Wartortle, and a Raikou in that set, and y'all know I have to snatch.
Dude, I really want to get them, but also I spent so much money on plushies in the recent times. So I'm like, I hope somebody grabs me Absol for Christmas because I've been wanting Absol so bad.
It is so expensive. It's like two of them, because now I'm thinking about I got Wartortle. Now I have to get Charmeleon and um Ivysaur, and now I'm thinking I got Raikou. Now I have to get Entei. It's so expensive.
Oh yeah, becoming a Pokemon plush collector is like becoming worse and worse every month in 2023. That's like the saddest part about 2023.
Hmm.
They're releasing so many nice plushies like Ceruledge, Armarouge, stuff like that, and then they're just like $60 for them. It's crazy. All right, but next up we have, huh?
Also, I always wonder how much they actually um like how much it costs to actually make those.
Oh, I'm
I
sure it
don't
takes like
know.
$4 at most to like make them.
Hmm.
I'm sure because I think Japan has some like weird labor rules, so I think they're able to start laboring at young age. I may be wrong, but I believe that's the case. They're like able to start like laboring at young ages, so they have some younger workers there. However, I may be completely wrong. If anybody wants to like correct me on that, I'd appreciate it. But I believe that's what I've read through in the past.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. And then for the next up, we have, I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. In Mecha Japan and Japan in general, they came up with pre orders for Buru Mujui. Mugio? I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, or the last part wrong, but have you seen any of these plushies yet?
I I feel like I've heard or probably seen something on the Reddit about that. Oh, they're like the ones that's like really soft, right? They look like furry.
Yeah, so they got the second Evo along with the pre Evo. Like the pre Evos are sad, and then the happy evolutions are like holding them.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff for pre-order on Mecha Japan. They have
Oh,
talking ones now.
oh my god, that's actually really cool. Yeah, I was like looking at some stuff. I was like, I wish I had money to spend on this. But for this lineup, the four of them is, of course, Pikachu along with Pichu. We have ourselves Jigglypuff along with Igglybuff, Sudowoodo along with Bonsley, and then I think my favorite out of the group is the Meryl along with Azurill. It's so adorable.
Oh, that is cute.
Like out of all the lines that I'm like looking right now, I feel like that would probably be the one that I snag up.
Ooh.
All right, and then next up, along with that, they also announced pre-orders for Terapagos. If you don't know who Terapagos is, for anybody that doesn't know the DLCs for Scarlet and Violet, he is going to be the main legendary focus for the second DLC, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Hidden Treasures of Area Zero, long title, Indigo Disc.
I think I'm going to wait until those come out on the US because the terrestrial form of Terrapagos is already sold out. Already sold out on Mecca in Japan.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, and it's also going for like what, almost about $50 in USD. It's 6,050 on here for the terrestrial version as well, or at least. And then the normal form is going for 3,564. So if I'm gonna grab any, I do like both of them, but I do know they're gonna get very much charged whenever it comes into the US. I saw somebody on Reddit who picked one up and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got it for pretty cheap." So in Japan right now, they do have it where you can pick them up, I believe, in regular Pokemon centers. But for US, we're probably gonna be waiting another month or two.
Yeah, there's two Terrapagoses. So there's one you could, I guess one is made by Pokemon Center, like them, and then there's another one that's made by Takara Tomy, and it's like it has a little anime character, Liko from the anime in the background. So I guess people can pick which one they want.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, I think I only see the Tomy ones, I believe. That's actually really cool. And then
Mm.
for the last set of PokePlush news, we do have ourselves plush keychains as well as curly form Pokemon Dai Sushi line. So we have the droopy, stretchy, and curly forms. They're going to be keychains, which I believe, honestly, that might be the best bang for your buck if you want to collect all the Tatsugiri forms. But as well as that, if you just like the curly form, they do have a fake sushi platter with three of them just chilling there, which I feel like they missed the opportunity to add all three of them, just different colored ones on there.
Those are cute. Hmm.
I wanted to use Tatsugiri back whenever we first like got Scarlet and Violet. It was on my planned list, and then I was like, you get them so late into the game, so I just decided against it, which it sucks, but at least I could maybe get a future plush one, and they're not too expensive. They're like $10 basically per.
Yeah, not that bad.
Yeah. But I think that is it for PokePlush news, unless you see anything, Brando, that you want to talk about.
No, I don't see any. Mm, nothing other than all outside what you mentioned. No, it's still other than there's ones that talk. I can't get over that. There's
What
Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigga. I can't say.
Sprigatito?
Um, yeah,
Sprigatit.
that one. They talk. It's like it says sound plush, and then it says battery, and it says requires batteries. It talks. I want to know what it sounds like.
Yeah, I do too. I wonder if they'd use like either the cries from the game. I'm thinking they're gonna use the Japanese like audio they usually do for the Pokemon. At least for like these. I don't know if they're ever gonna come out of the Japan though.
Probably not, because then they would have to get the voice. Or if they're using the anime ones, you got to go through the voice actors. You know, got to do. But I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I think that is it then for PokePlush news. So tune in next time for PokePlush news, where we'll actually cover more stuff. Hopefully, we'll have some more new stuff to talk about next week. But we're going to be moving on to the topic of the day, which is going to be bootlegs. All right, and we are here at the topic of the day. So, Brando, do you have any like experience with bootlegs yet? As I wouldn't say a newer Pokemon plush collector, but you seem to be more into buying official plushies from like Pokemon Center. You had to deal with bootleg plushes?
Um, not as much. I only truly believe like one bootleg, and it's a bootleg. I can't pronounce no Pokemon name today. Umbreon from like this toy store in in near a mall that I live by.
Oh,
They sell official plushes, but it's they have bootlegs, and it's like they had like a blue Leafeon, and they had like a weird Jigglypuff, and I was like, But yeah, that's the only experience I had with that.
so for me, like the mall that me and my girlfriend usually go to when it comes to Pokemon Go, they have a bunch of like cutesy little stores, and there's like this one anime store, and there's so many like bootleg plushies, and they're like obviously bootleg because you could tell by the quality of them. And I've like taken a look at the tags, and they got like the poorly made tags, and they're like trying to sell them for like $70 a pop per, and I'm like, you guys do know these are like not official, right?
There are I hate those. I see them like it was one mall I went to that was like a while ago. It was kind of far, but they had like all the bootlegs, and they had that one bootleg Fue Coco. It was so I love Fue Coco to death, but that thing was so ugly. I was like, no, like y'all did Fue Coco a disservice, making him look mouth. I was like, nope, next. That was disgusting. I'm like,
So I had the Quaxley from that set, and I had gotten it from this one place that, if you live in Texas, you might know it. It is, oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. That's not good. Oh well. But they have like this big Pokemon plush area, and it's like a big old wall just covered in them, but they're all bootleg. They have a few like plushies that they get from people just trying to like sell their plushies for cheap. Those are the ones I usually get for, but whenever I got the Quaxley, I thought it was an official plush at first, so I got it. And later I found out that it was sadly a bootleg. They had the Flay Coco as well, but I decided Quaxley was the one that I wanted. Big regret. So I sold that Quaxley on Macari, and I got me an actual like official Quaxley from GameStop.
oh, that's good.
Yeah. So you've also probably seen at the mall whenever you go, you've seen like those little stores in the middle of like the walkways where they have those like big old spoof sets with like all the plushies.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've gone there a few times. I'm like, oh, this is a cute little plush. I'll try to purchase this. But even with it being like those little cheaper areas where they just kind of sit in the middle, they'll still try to charge you like $30 for like a normal size bootleg plush. And I'm like, dude, I'm putting this in my car. I'm not planning on buying it for that. I'll give you $5 for this bootleg.
Yeah, I don't. Those bootlegs, I don't like them because I don't like the way that they feel. That it's like a weird fabric, and I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay no. I wouldn't even pay for. I'll pay like 50 cents for this because this. I don't. I don't know. I don't like the things though. They feel weird. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they have like a weird like fabric they use for them. It's not like the actual fabric that you would see from the actual plushies, like official ones. I think the best one that I have out of all of my bootleg plushies, which I have a few. I have like an Ash Greninja. My girlfriend got me for my birthday a shiny Sylveon, which is really cute. Means a lot to me just because like when I was younger and played X and Y, I named the Eevee that I had after my dog, and then whenever she passed away, that's whenever she got that because they evolved him into a Sylveon. So that's like one of the bootlegs that mean a lot to me. However, I think the best bootleg I have is just like really big, like it's kind of the size of a Banpresto Crocodile plush, and he looks perfect.
That's cute.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some good bootleg plushies, and then there's some terrible ones. So I'm kind of in the moment where I'm trying to sell some of the bootlegs that I have because I do want a future where, like, I, as looking at this, I do like want to start like making some moves into possibly meeting with actual Nintendo workers and like in the future. I would love to like do events with them because I know they do like enjoy doing stuff with content creators. So to be able to like do that, I do know that they hate two things. They hate bootlegs and they hate ROM hacks. And I was I'm like making sure I don't do any raw
Mhm.
tags whenever I play. But for bootlegs, I'm slowly getting rid of them too.
Yeah. Just no more bootlegs. None. It should be
Yes,
eradicated.
for sure. But it's so sad that a lot of places would prefer to do bootlegs over like actual Pokemon plushies. Um, I don't mean to plug my store, but like for my store, out of all of my stuff, I always say if it's a bootleg, which I've only had like one or two bootleg plushies, I'll put bootleg plush like in the title so that people know that they're getting the what they want. Like if they want it, then that's the price that I'm willing to do. I could maybe go a little bit lower, but for the most part, my like shop stuff is like official plushies. So I try to do that just because I try to sell what I would want to buy. And knowing me, I would hate to buy a overpriced bootleg plush.
Yeah. I think it's just because a lot of the people who sell them, the bootlegs, they know that there is a market for Pokemon plushes. They probably pay close attention to like, what goes on in Pokemon Center. They see people, go crazy when the Squishmallows come out, or they go crazy, like when all these drops happen. So they know there's a market for it, and it's just to make a quick buck. It's just like, oh, let's just make a couple some money on people. But it's like if you're gonna spend your money, if you were ever thinking about spending money on a bootleg, take that same money and spend it on something official. Because the official ones probably do last longer. They probably do, feel better. So I don't know. I don't recommend bootlegs at all.
One thing I've noticed about bootlegs is, dude, they stink. So like, I don't know what they do to these poor bootlegs. Like, I don't know if it's from whenever they make them and like sell them all together, but the process they do it, when if you've ever like smelt a bootleg, it is terrible.
They smell like I don't. Well, the ones I see, they smell like cigarettes. Like the ones when I come across them, they
Oh
smell
yeah.
like cigarettes, like somebody was smoking, and it's just and cigarette smell is such a hard smell to already get out of clothes as it is. So I could just imagine a plush. No, it's all nasty.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. But for the listeners, if you've ever like experienced bootlegs or want to avoid bootlegs, the tips that I really mainly have for y'all is checking the tags. Most tags you could probably see if it's an actual official plush. If they have like a very simple tag, like it just says kind of like TM or just Pokemon, and you can't really distinguish the brand's name from it, that's a very big sign that it is unofficial. Most tags will say like Ban Presto, Jack Specific. They'll give you at least one little thing, and they'll have like a bunch of extra legal portions. I have noticed that a lot of bootleggers, for at least the Pokemon Center plushies they try to do, has been kind of getting better at making tags seem more official. However, they do like one thing that I've noticed is that when Pokemon Center plushies, the tags will say Pokemon Center in English, even if they are Japanese plushies. So look for that. So if you see a Japanese Pokemon Center logo, that's how you mainly know that it is a very most likely unofficial plush.
Yeah, I was also just make sure you I don't know. Probably more of a person. If it looks like derpy looking,
Oh yeah.
I would just say just stay away from it. So yeah,
There is a few plushies that I've like noticed have been getting so good at like copying the others, where like I'll be looking at say Reddit and somebody will be asking if these plushies are official, and say I'm gonna use the Sleeping Evolutions for example. It's a very popular bootleg company that they do, and they'll like bootleg the Sleeping Umbreon or Espeon, and I think they look very official, and they look exactly like the ones you would see from Pokemon Center or at the time whenever Pokemon Center was selling them. However, then you like take a look into the comments, and half the people will be like, "Yeah, that's official," and then there'll be like a set few that will have like a list of ways to like see how it is. Like I know for like those specific plushies, there's like a way to tell if it's official or unofficial by like the feet. I believe if the feet are sticking out, it is unofficial, and then if it's more of like a pawed, like circular or slash oval looking one, that's how you know they are mainly official. But it is kind of crazy how like big bootleggers have gotten in making the plushies look so similar to the other ones. But then, like you said, we'll get one of those Fue Coco ones, and it'll just be terrible. But yeah, so for the plushies for bootlegs, I do recommend definitely checking multiple things. If you end up going to the mall, I do really recommend do not buy from the side sellers where they have like the little areas and the walkways. That is 100% always going to be bootlegs. The stores, one thing that I've like noticed because I am a cosplayer as well and I go to Comic Cons a lot, there is so many bootlegs that it comes to at the Comic Cons. It is terrible. I've like gone through almost all the Comic Con bootlegs that I've gotten have, or Comic Con plushies at least I've gone to and gotten have been all bootlegs, and I'm really sad about it because for the most part, it's sad whenever you go to a place that you think would be official items, and they always tend to have the worst kind of stuff. I'm just really it's disappointing, especially like whenever you want to get a plush, you think that it's official, they say it's official, or they don't even give you a straight answer. There was one time, I believe actually this summer, I went and I actually found a plush. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see. Are these official? And the guy was like, oh, I don't know. So that's like the big way to distinguish a. I'm not gonna be rude and say like a bad seller versus a good seller because you could still be a good seller while selling bootlegs, but you need to be knowledgeable of what you're selling. And the fact that the guy didn't really have any knowledge on what he was selling, granted, he might have like just been a worker and not the actual owner of the company who bought the stock, but still, it's so disappointing whenever you go to a place that you think is going to be official. Like official stores, it's kind of criminal the fact that they do sell bootlegs and try to sell it off as official plushies. I feel like that should be illegal in some way to like lie about a product's like genuinity and like how legit it is as a like product. But yeah, Comic Cons are like one of the worst places to find these plushies and get a hold of them. Sadly, it is one of my favorite places to get a plushies at, but from now on, I'm probably gonna be trying to avoid getting them until I know like these are actually official plushies. Like my girlfriend right now, we're actually filming this on Fridays. We film these on Friday nights. She's actually at a con right now. She sent me a few pictures of the, I believe, a Sitting Cuties Clamperl and I believe Jack Pacific Wingle, and you could distinguish them pretty easily from other plushies as bootlegs because the bootlegs ones will never be played with. Whenever they're official older plushies, you will definitely see them have been played with because they'll be more fuzzled up and be kind of different. You can tell that they are like actually official plushes. Oh my gosh, excuse my mess up right there. But yeah, it's disappointing whenever you see these plushies and like store owners not very truthful about them being bootlegs. Sadly, it's very common in the malls and regular stores and everywhere else. If you are looking for plushies out in the wild, as we call it, do I would just honestly say just to steal with Jazzwares and like Target and places like that. They usually have the most official plushies you can find, 100% official. So like Target, Walmart, I would say Toys R Us, but Toys R Us only like takes place in J.C. Penney's, I think. So I don't really know about that. But yeah, you can mainly find them in like actual legitimate stores. So if you go to like a place called, I don't know, like this is not a real place, but like the Great Balls, and they have these plushies, and they look derpy, and they don't have a really proper tag. That's how you know bootleg. And you could probably maybe you could ask them to get for cheaper if you want a bootleg. But that being said, it is perfectly okay to like bootlegs. If you have a lot of bootlegs that you enjoy, then that's okay. Like if you want to spend like $40 on a bootleg and you know it's a bootleg and you're happy about it, that is perfectly fine. That's great on you. I do like some of these bootlegs. Like I said, Crocodile is a really nice bootleg that I have, but I just can't really deal with bootlegs anymore, especially if I want to start building a community up of actually like official plushies and showing them off more because I do really like the preservation the preservation part of my YouTube channel and like showing that stuff off. So for the most part, I do want to have official plushies, but there will always be the rare cases where bootlegs will be the better option. Like I do like the sitting cuties for Crocodile, but I think my Crocodile is a lot better. I'm still working on getting him some Bilderberg sunglasses. But that is our topic for the day, guys. I think we are going to move on to the little portion that I did at last episode. Last episode, I asked you, how did you guys get into collecting? What did you guys do? And I got 2 responses from that, which I'm really happy we actually got a few responses. I'm going to read them off. And we are first going to start off with, on YouTube, the name was Samuel Sahira. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but thank you for commenting. He said, I heard it when I was sewing, and it was so interesting. I got into Pokemon. Okay, so they said they were listening while they were sewing, which I appreciate, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy, like, just kind of putting this in the background or listening randomly through it. I do think we're going to improve in through the weeks that we actually start doing this more. This is only the second episode, so I'd still love to hear you guys' feedback, and we have a question of the day later. But they got into Pokemon when Sylveon was introduced, so about Generation 6 on the anime, what a time. Okay, so about Generation 6 for the anime, the X and Y anime, that's actually really cool. So about 2013, 2014, 2013, so at the same time that Brando, our other co-host, actually got in, which is very, very nice. And then we actually got a long one from, I had it on Reddit, so a standard PokePlush stand, Damster the best. And this is going to be a long one, so buckle up. Also, thank you again for doing a long one. I really appreciate this. For the question about how I got into collecting Pokemon plushies, it's a long story. Basically, around February 2022, I decided to get back into playing Pokemon Go after quitting a long time because of quarantine. So I played it and really enjoyed it, and kept on playing. Then I saw an event called Festival of Colors, which features a Pokemon I've never seen before called Oricorio. At first I just thought it was cool and didn't care too much, but little did I know that this dancing bird would end up becoming my favorite Pokemon of all time. Okay. I grew to love it so much. It's creative, colorful, and cute. All 3 C's. Then I found out there's really cute plushies of all forms. They were the Poké Dolls. And I wanted to get one so bad, but it sold on the Pokemon Center in the US, and I was hesitant on buying one secondhand. Since it was my first time and I felt embarrassed asking for plushies at an age where a mustache is growing faster than ever. I became obsessed when the restock was on their website, yet, and they never did. Soon, I got over my Oricorio obsession, but I moved on to an obsession with another Pokemon, Umbreon, which I also excessively wanted a plush of. Specifically, the 2012 Pokemon Center version, which, believe it or not, I ended up getting. Months after my Umbreon obsession ended, still love it though. It's unbelievably soft, and it's even smiling. But anyways, I jumped from one Pokemon plush obsession to another. First it was Oricorio, then Umbreon, then Keldeo, which I have right now, then Vulpix. And after that was all over on the place. So on Christmas 2022, I finally got some awesome plushies, including one of my grails, the the 2010 Takara Tomy Talking Tepig plush. What a terrific tongue twister. You are not wrong about that. My tongue was definitely twisted reading that. And that's how my collection grew and continues to grow. This Christmas, I might be getting some more plushies I want, including Dragonair, Pheasantipity, Hisuian Typhlosion, and Decidueye. Ooh, is it Hisuian or is it regular Decidueye? That's a really interesting plush set. Can't wait to see the next episode of this podcast. Well, thank you very much, Damster. I really appreciate you commenting and leaving such a thoughtful message. It was very cool to see like all of the sessions. The Oricorio ones, I'm very, very scared about getting in the future because I think they're kind of getting more expensive now as they come through. But I think for the most part, that's actually a really cool lineup. I need to take a look at the Umbreon that you were talking about. Let's see, 2012. I'm actually, sorry guys, I'm Googling this right now. So, center Umbreon. Okay. Oh, he actually is pretty cute. Oh my gosh, that's actually really cute. That's actually a really good Umbreon plushie. I have the Jazzwares one that came out, I believe, in 2020, 2021. I love it. I still like it. He has Keldeo. I wonder which Keldeo. If you're listening to this, which Keldeo do you have? I have myself the 20th anniversary Keldeo, so it's like the shinier one. However, I do want to get the Ban Presto special version that he has whenever he's in that special form. That's one of like the ones I want to get at least. And then the Talking Tepig, I am very jealous of. I know they have the Talking Oshawott that I want to get, but I've seen that Talking Tepig. I'm like very jealous actually because I do really love Tepig. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Tepigs. 4 Tepigs altogether right now. I have another one coming with that Jack Pacific set that I was talking about earlier. I have one of them in my car. I have Ban Presto. I have the big one that you would get back in like 2010 at Six Flags. I have the Pokemon Center one, and then I also have the Jack Specific one, which I'll be getting 2 of soon. So that's a really cool set. For those that you actually do have or want to get, I do have Dragonair, Pheasantipity. That's a really cool one. I'm very jealous if you end up getting that, as well as a Hisuian Typhlosion Decidueye. If you are looking for the regular Decidueye, I do know that it is very common on Macari actually. But I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. The question of the day is, what do y'all feel about bootlegs? I'd love to know. You've got our opinions about it. So I think that Brando had to go, unless he's here right now. Okay, he is not. He had to go for a little bit, so I think I'm just going to end the episode off here. I really appreciate you guys coming in and listening. I know it's going to be a little bit shorter of an episode. Hopefully in the future we'll start doing it longer whenever we have more stuff to add on to this. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed. I'm sure Brando's going to say bye if he ends up coming back. But until then, I think we're going to end it here. Have a great rest of y'all's morning, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.